Treasury CS John Mbadi has been deconstructed like a small child by a popular university professor whose name is Fred Ogola. The video is here with us.
You seem to disagree that the CS is listening to the people, or holding public barazas is not listening to them. I
disagree with the one that he's listening, and then secondly that he has any competence to bring to the economic department. Because if you want to understand this thing, remove yourself from Kenya, isn't it? And look at which is the most performing country in Africa in terms of economics, isn't it? Then look at the qualification of the PS, then compare with yours. Look at the qualification of the CS, compare with yours. If, for example, we are saying Kenya wants to partner with China, if you put the Minister for Economic and Planning for China here sitting with Jonh Mbadi may look like a nursery school teacher. Because look at their qualification, this is a fact. Because meritocracy, talk about Singapore, which is doing well, isn't it? We do compare ourselves with Singapore. Go and look at the qualification of the CS of Economic and Planning.
Are you saying we don't hire qualified individuals for these positions?
What is happening is that we don't. Mbadi is not qualified to run Treasury. Mbadi doesn't know Treasury. Mbadi is not an economist. Mbadi is an accountant. In Treasury, there's a department called Accounting General. That department is there, isn't it?
Now, Professor Ogola attempted to draw a comparison between Kenya's Treasury CS John Mbadi and that of the Ministers of Economy and Planning for other more developed nations like China and Singapore. Now, on this, I partly agree and I partly disagree with the professor on two issues. Number one, the CS for Treasury John Mbadi is not actually engaging members of the public for enlightenment on how best the economy and budget for this country can be improved. We have seen it before that all appointees of President William Ruto have this behavior of saying yes to whatever the president thinks is good and not conforming to whatever the president says is not good. Now, a very good example is DP Kithure Kindiki. We see him all over the place agreeing and conforming to the dictates of his boss, President William Ruto. And there is nothing that makes us believe that when he was the CS for Interior Security, he could come up with anything of his own, leave alone engaging the public on how best that docket could have been run. The same is true for John Mbadi and other cabinet secretaries appointed by the president. As former DP Rigathi Gachagua once told us, none has the power to challenge the president during a cabinet meeting. Now, this means that the idea that Mbadi has been engaging the public, as he claimed in an interview on Citizen TV, is simply not true. Number two, I disagree with Professor Ogola when he claimed that Mbadi is incompetent and therefore unsuitable for the Treasury CS job. You know, this is just a political position, and his appointment was politically motivated. It therefore follows that every ministry has technocrats, that is to say, Mr. Do-It and Mr. Fix-It man who knows how things are supposed to be done. And this is the reason why a health cabinet secretary doesn't have to be a doctor. He only needs to be a good leader who knows how to manage resources, how to empower, and how to promote integrity. The biggest job of a cabinet secretary in whatever department is to provide leadership. Good leadership, that is. Mbadi is an accountant, yes, and he is not an economist, as Professor clearly stated. Still, he is very familiar with the operations of the Treasury. If you put politics aside, I believe Mbadi is suitable to promote leadership in that docket. Actually, that is what I believe. Now, on the other hand, it is important to recognize that Mbadi's appointment was not on the basis of competence or on the basis of ability to lead, even though by good luck he embodied both the two. His appointment was on the basis of influence and the ability to balance the political status quo now that former DP Rigathi Gachagua had been driven away from Karen and Ruto's camp was on the brink of collapse. When you compare the academic credentials of John Mbadi and that of the Chinese Minister for Finance and Planning, I can't remember his name, you will discover that both are fairly educated. None of them has got a PhD and both obtained their degrees from the best schools in their respective countries. One thing they share in common is that they are both political appointees. That is to say, they are both politicians. If you doubt what I'm talking about, just go to Wikipedia and find out for yourself. I charge you to do that. The conclusion of this matter is that it is all politics at play. Unlike in China, where theft of public resources is punishable, I think, not so sure though, but I think by a death sentence, Kenya still has the guts to entertain impunity and corruptions within the highest levels of government, and this is precisely why the Ministry of Finance, Treasury and Economic Planning is still experiencing challenges. The challenges, as we speak, is not with the leadership of that department, but rather with the impunity that emanates from the source, that is to say, the Commander-in-Chief, and trickling down to the least of all government employees. Now, at the end of the day, guys, this is just but my opinion. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more informative content such as this. If you like my content, please check out my YouTube channel, and I guarantee you will be treated to a ton of recent content on policy, politics, and governance issues in Kenya. Also, don't forget to reach out to me at personal level if you may want to do so through the social media links available at the description of my channel. All right, guys, this is all that I had for you in this video. Let us meet up in the video that's coming right after this.